So now I'm really interested in finding out more about my grandfather and my grandmother.
Lulu has discovered that her grandparents, Hugh and Helen, married in 1925, by which time they already had 2 sons. Their daughter Nellie was born in 1926, and another daughter, Elizabeth, Lulu's mother, followed in September 1927. Elizabeth was given up to another family not long after her birth, but Lulu has no idea why. She's come to Glasgow's Mitchell Library to look for any records of her mother's case in the city archives. Adoption expert Professor Kenneth Norrie is helping with her search.
So, Kenneth, I know my mother didn't stay with her birth parents for long. I would like to know what happened.
This book is a book of the records of children who are subject to local authority visitation monitoring. And this occurs when a child isn't living with their normal, natural birth families. So if we open it at C, we'll find a reference to your mother.
There she is, Elizabeth. Birth date, 25th of September, 27. And there's her father's name, Hugh.
Yeah. So this is different from taking a child into care. This is not the public authorities removing a child.
The records reveal that Lulu's mother's parents gave her up to a foster family of their own accord. In cases of private fostering, the birth parents of a child paid for his or her care. And to ensure that children were properly looked after, foster families were visited regularly by local authority inspectors.
The next document is this one.
It says here, widow Jane McCoyd.
Yes.
Have adopted child, Elizabeth. What happened? Because the woman who took my mother had a husband.
Yeah. Your mother was with this family only for 1 month, for a very, very short period of time.
Right. The actual heading is, beautiful wording, how disposed of, which pains me, I have to say. She was disposed of on the 21st of the 3rd, 1928. She's about 5 or 6 months old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Father of child is Hugh Cairns, presently, in prison for 1 month. Prison. Oh, my God.
You didn't know that your grandfather had been in prison?
No. Goodness knows what he got up to.
The father is suddenly out of the picture. Your grandmother isn't mentioned in these records at all.
That's strange in itself.
That is strange in itself, but it possibly explains why your mother had to be given over to another family. If you notice right at the end...
No money, does that say?
Yeah.
No money.
No money. I think what has happened here is that the arrangement has been that this widow is to be paid, but in fact she never receives anything.
So does she give the child back?
Yeah.
I have to say I'm feeling very angry with my grandparents. Willy-nilly having babies all over the place.
Well, after this month in the first placement, your mother then is put to a second family.
The McDonalds.
The McDonalds.
Right.
What this is the records of the official visitations.
William MacDonald, Helen Reid, date when child received was the 14th of the 5th, 28. Yeah. So not long afterwards.
No, it's about a month after she leaves her original placement.
Terms agreed upon, 8 shillings. 8 shillings for what? For how long?
That's probably 8 shillings a month, is about a weekly salary of a domestic servant at the time. And you'll see that the official visitor visited your mother 3 or 4 times a year. And it starts here.
May 28th, 1928. Child making excellent progress, well cared for. Father is supposed to be in prison. Mother has disappeared.
Yeah.
Her mother's disappeared?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Do you think her mother had a breakdown?
It's very, very difficult to know. Then it goes on. 27th of September, also in 1928.
Wrote the father, non-payment to guardian.
So immediately we're into a problem. There's been no contact with the natural parents of the child and no money has been forthcoming.
It's quite clear that my mother's parents had what she always felt, abandoned her. Then 1930, April the 4th, child well cared for and making excellent progress. Child not to be given to parents until full payment is made, and if they satisfy us that child will actually be cared for.
The poor law authorities are beginning to exercise some muscle here.
Yes.
They're beginning to realise this child is so much better
with the McDonald's.
With the McDonald's.
And with her own
than
family.
with her own family. So if her own family come along and try to take her back, as they would normally be entitled
they'd have to be, show how responsible they're going to be by paying up what they owe.
And also, as it says, showing that this child is going to be well looked after.
How would they do that? After that, I don't know how you could do that. Then November 15, 1932. Child went to school yesterday for the first time and is very pleased with herself.
It's a very humanising thing to put in a formal document.
Yes, like very pleased with herself. Crying and laughing at the same time. How could you see her?
It really gives a flavour of her personality, even at the age of 5.
And she had that. She was well loved, I suppose. Cared for and felt secure. Yeah. I mean, to honour the McDonald family, how unbelievable they were. They are the kindest, most loving, wonderful people. Yeah.
That's certainly the feeling that comes out of that single sentence, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is in April 1935.
Guardian informed that child's mother is dead, and she's 7.
The guardians learnt that the child's mother had died, and they have now informed the child protection visitor. But I think they've not told the child.
Because the child doesn't know that the child isn't theirs.
We have the final record in September 1936.
September the 25th, child now 9 years. Well, why have they put that in?
This is her 9th birthday, and that's the very final record that we have. As soon as she is 9, the official visiting comes to an end, and there's no more.
Is she officially adopted?
No.
Unofficially adopted?
No. We've watched her grow up during that period, and the state can effectively step back at that stage. Some children, as soon as the official I is removed, some children will be in a vulnerable, difficult, dangerous position. That seems not to have been the case for your mother, which in a lot of respects, your mother has been a very, very fortunate child.
Yes, and that's what my uncle James said. She was lucky. I feel emotionally drained, you know, thinking about my mum as a little baby, little person. I have ambiguous feelings about my grandparents right now. Yesterday I felt better towards them. I'm trying not to be too harsh about what they did to my mother.